and now joining us today is Tahlequah's Mayor Ken Purdy. Ken, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Jerry.
Glad to have you here. We hope that through the next few minutes we'll have an opportunity to talk about some of the projects that are currently going on in Tahlequah and some of the upcoming projects. So first of all, tell us about downtown. It's really looking sharp.
We're starting to make changes down there. Continuing changes, I might add. You had a little ownership in some of the changes that started several years ago. And more recently, we have painted the light poles downtown. They were long overdue for a paint job. And we're trying to tie things together. You know, details matter, image matters. When people come into our community and they drive into the downtown area, we want that whole experience to reflect positively on the city of Tahlequah. So having things kind of correlate with each other makes a difference. We've reconditioned all the light poles, but more importantly, we're starting to add signage into the downtown area. One of the things that we've had some folks complain of in the past is the fact that they we didn't do a very good job of helping them wayfind in the community, find streets and addresses. So we've added signage to all the downtown intersections, both in English and in Cherokee, to help play off of and honor the Cherokee heritage in the community. We have also added, as you've seen recently, some signs, the stop signs and street signs that again reflect the architectural type of the downtown lights and the light poles. And that's going to continue in that whole corridor.
I was going to say,
downtown.
how large the area will be encompassed in that? Because it's a beautiful improvement and enhancement to our community, and I've heard a lot of great positive comments about just within our community. Our own citizens are very proud about this step forward.
Well, we're going to start out, and I'm glad to hear that. That's the kind of feedback that we've received as well. We're going to start out along the what I refer to as the downtown corridor, on the north end bounded by Going Snake, on the south end by Chickasaw, and on the west by College Avenue, on the east by Water Street. Within that corridor and in the current budget cycle, we want to change out all of those signs. Also, towards the end of this calendar year, towards the middle of our fiscal year, we anticipate starting the projects that the community approved at the election that we had in April, where we will be using the extended half-cent sales tax for a number of capital improvement projects in the community. One of those will be for streetscape projects in the downtown area. We're going to bring greenery in, we're going to bring trees in, we're going to bring planters, more park benches like we have used in Norris Park and other places. Again, that ties in that whole style that we're using, that earlier turn of the century type of theme.
Well, and speaking of Norris Park too, there's been so many marvelous events that have been held in Norris Park. It's just like it's a whole new venue for Tahlequah. I know the Art of Living Festival and many others that have been occurring in that part of town. New restrooms almost complete in the area. I noticed on Morgan Street a new sidewalk section of the brick sidewalk inlays. And tell us some more about plans for that part of town.
We are completing the first public restrooms other than those that we've had in the city park for quite some time. That will be finished up in the next 30 days or so in Norris Park. That'll probably complete the physical plant, if you will, of the park that we anticipate. We'll continue to make other improvements to the history trail, though, that does go through Norris Park, starts up around the university behind the Sequoia Institute, the old, I believe it's referred to as the Rosamond House. Yes. Runs down along the creek through Norris Park. Currently it ends at Downing. We will be crossing Downing, going south through Sequoia Park, first on the east side, then on the west when you get to Shawnee. But people can see the improvements that are going on right now. There's a good deal of earthwork happening in the park. We're building a retaining wall. That's to allow our trail to come into compliance with the ADA standards. That will continue to move on south all the way down to Choctaw Street, and we hope to have that finished up by August.
What about for future plans for our community, for youth-related sports facilities and improvements and enhancements in that area?
Again, part of the capital improvements package that the community approved will include the first phase of a sports complex. We have an important announcement that will be coming out this next week for the entire community about the land acquisition, and within probably the very beginning of 2010 we hope to start the construction on that project. We anticipate that being out on the west side of town, and it will incorporate soccer fields, additional baseball and softball fields, plus just have a general environment for family recreation.
Well, it's what we do within the city of Tahlequah really affects the region. It's not just a city-type impact.
Sure, it does.
We have a large footprint. So how do you see all of these improvements changing somewhat of the area, not just the city?
Yeah, Jerry, as you point out, you know, the impact of these kinds of projects on a community are great. Not only does it have a direct economic impact when we hold major sporting events, tournaments, and that sort of thing. We see it all the time in other communities, and it has a really strong economic impact on the community. It brings revenue in. We share it with everybody. The merchants all over the community help share in that. The community prospers in generally. But it also kind of really feeds in with how our community can develop in the future. One of the questions that the chamber gets, the city gets, from people who are looking at Tahlequah, realtors get, from people who are evaluating our community as to whether or not this is a place that they want to retire to move their family to, or what kind of facilities, public facilities, do we provide as a local government. Sports complex, believe it or not, recreation facilities, you know, the kinds of things we've been doing downtown, the overall aesthetic appeal of a community. Those are very meaningful items when it comes to that decision framework that a family goes through or business goes through when they're looking at potential employees.
All those components are very important to the whole picture, and I think Tahlequah has really stepped up in recent years to address that we're not just although we have a quaint and wonderful character to our community, our city, but we are a regional impact, and those type of examples certainly verify that. We have about 60 seconds left. I just wanted to ask you, Mayor Purdy, schedule for city council meetings and maybe planning and zoning. What days and times do those meet in their location?
Good. Thanks for the question. First of all, city council meetings happen on the first Monday of every month. Those are regularly scheduled meetings. If there's a holiday, it will follow typically on the Tuesday after, if there's a holiday on a Monday. After that, the calls of the council meetings are referred to as special meetings at the call of the mayor or the council, but typically they occur 2 weeks after that Monday. So we have 2 opportunities for the public to interact with their local government, at least 2 opportunities every month. And then there's a variety of our advisory boards. You mentioned Planning and Zoning Commission. That's certainly one of our more important and more active boards. All those are posted on our website, cityoftahlequah.com, and we encourage the public to participate, to be a part of the decisions that happen in our community.
Well, thank you, Mayor Purdy, for being here with us today. We appreciate you coming in to share a little bit of information and current news about Tahlequah and the Tahlequah area. We'll be right back.